Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've done any work on the 41, and I knew this was going to be a long project. I don't know anything about sheet metal, and I've decided to try to learn a little bit of the sheet metal work on this now that I've got my 58 done, or 59, I'm sorry. But yeah, so this truck had a bunch of extra holes in the firewall for the gentleman had extra heaters in this vehicle. So he'd smashed out a couple of things and put a couple of different holes in there. And you can see these, I don't really know what these are called on the sheet metal, but they were caved in over here and caved in over here. So I spent a few hours yesterday with a dolly and a hammer getting these hammered back to where they are some version of what they were supposed to be like. And then I hammered out those holes to see exactly what we would get there. It looks like the guy that had this before just punched a hole through there with whatever he had, a tire iron or something. That one was the same thing, but I drilled that out so I had a round hole to end with, and same with these two over here. But it's coming along in progress, right? It's going to take a while. There's a crack down here that I'm going to have to weld in the sheet metal, and then there's another one here. And I think I'm going to have to spread this part of the truck apart to get that to line back up correctly for a weld, which I have no idea how I'm going to do. And I'm also not a professional welder, so this will be, I'm not even a good amateur welder. But we're going to try this and see how it goes. And this is kind of the winter project. I think I was gonna strip this, but I think maybe after I get this fixed up, I might take it somewhere and have it sandblasted. But that's been the project. It's been a slow time. I haven't been in the shop much. A lot of stuff going on at work, so it's just being real slow. So this is what we're doing the next couple of days, and what I've been working on. It's Sunday now, so I worked on that yesterday. I didn't take any video. Sorry about that. But yeah, we're gonna keep plugging away at that at some point and see how it goes. Hey, one of the things I got to do, and I've been working on, is the firewall of this 41. I'm starting to figure out what I want to cut out of there. You see, I got a crack I got to repair there. I got a plug filled in there. I'm starting to cut plugs. I'll start to figure some of this out. Gonna get a few of those in while I'm working on the heater housing. Came out pretty good. Got a few things to do yet, but I'll keep working on it, plugging away, and we'll talk to you soon. Well, I thought I had a time lapse of that, but there's my first patch. Never done that before. Nate from Sweet Avenue Fab gave me some great tips, learned some other stuff. I've cut out some other ones. I got some patches there to do. I'm gonna have to patch back here, and I'm just gonna go slow and do how they told me, and we'll go from there. Well, I got those two patch panels in today. I didn't, or those four, I guess. There's two little plugs over there I did. Yeah, that was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, and it took a lot longer than I thought it would. And now it's got to have some final smoothing and some other stuff, and then we'll go from there. But they're in, and that firewall is back to being sort of in one piece, and I just got to clean it up some point. So one other piece that has to be patched on this truck is the back of the cab here, where this tailgate, or not the tailgate, but the back of the bed or the front of the bed was up against the cab, and it got over the years it got dented up and rubbed up against this, and a lot of moisture delay in here, and that's one spot that this thing rusted. It didn't have a lot of rust. It still doesn't. It doesn't have a lot of rust in all the usual spots that some of these other trucks do, the cab corners and some of those. It's got a few places that need to be replaced, but this is what I'm going to work on. Seems like it's pretty straightforward. It's going to be a big rectangular piece, and we'll see how it goes. Well, it took all day, but it's in. Looks terrible. Now I know why body guys make a lot of money. It takes years to learn. But I did this. It's in a spot of the truck that nobody's ever going to see. And so I can learn and go forward. I don't have too many more of these to do, I don't think. And it literally took me all day. I finally quit. I started out here about 9, and it's about 5 now. So I just was done with it for the day. I was having some problems with my feet, or wire feet on my welder too. But yeah, it's coming along. That's the biggest patch I got to put on. I found one other kind of bad spot today while I was working on it, so I'll figure out how to fix that. And I started to bang that down out of it, but I got to get it off I got to get it off the cart for that, because I can't do that on some cart. There's a hole there that it's going to have to get filled, and some other nicks and dents. But yeah, I'm glad it's in a spot that nobody's going to be able to see.